Hey, fashion family. Today we're going to roll out a fall replay of one of my favorite episodes with artist Ashley Longshore. In honor of her new book launch, Roar, a collection of mighty women that includes a fabulous introduction by designer Diane von Furstenberg, we're going to revisit the magic of Ashley's journey as an artist and relive some of her favorite fashion moments. Now, this queen does not hold back, and I had such a blast with this interview. Roar is available now where books are sold, and you can grab your copy now. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to a Fashion Moment podcast. Whether you're a fashion lover or just fashion curious, welcome. I literally love bringing you one-on-one interviews week after week with your fashion favorites. I get inspired every time, and I hope you do too. This podcast is not sponsored, and all of us here are freely giving our time because we all believe in this and we love it. I would love to continue this great work and bring you even more content, exclusive features, and live events in the years ahead. If you love the podcast or just want to support, buy me a coffee. Yes, a coffee. You can visit buymeacoffee.com/a-fashion-moment to become a fashion friend for one coffee a month, $5, or click the support tab to grab any amount you'd like. Again, that's buymeacoffee.com/a-fashion-moment. Thank you for supporting us. Now on to the show.
I've always been very anxious, and I've always had lots of anxiety, and I think I've realized that more in the last year than I ever have, that I am anxious. I don't know what makes me anxious, but I use it to fuel me for productivity. And I feel like you could go two ways. If I am not productive with my art, my anxiety can really start to make me feel sad because I don't feel productive. And I feel like as humans, like we need to feel productive, like we need to have a thing that we do. So when I found art, I just found something that brought me so much joy and bliss.
Ashley Longshore is a New Orleans-based pop artist known for her paintings, mixed media creations, and epic designer and fashion collabs. I first discovered Ashley's work when I met a friend at Diane von Furstenberg's Women in Charge event at the flagship store in the Meatpacking District. Ashley created a colorful world where her art and the powerful women featured from Michelle Obama to RBG were completely engulfed in the space. And of course, there was pink everywhere, which I love. But beyond the label of fashion's art darling, Ashley's personal journey is what moved me the most. Her fearlessness, creativity, feminism, and resilience is inspiring. And if you haven't yet, check out her books. I Don't Cook, I Don't Clean, I Don't Fly Commercial, which is my new aspirational mantra. And my personal favorite, You Don't Look Fat, You Look Crazy, which is all about her life. And lastly, her new book with Diane von Furstenberg, Roar, a collection of mighty women, is available for pre-order now and will be released on October 5th. I hope you enjoy our conversation. Hello.
What's up?
Oh my God, it's Ashley Longshore. I am dying inside. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much, too, for being patient with me. It's so funny how I really realized that time is my most precious commodity, in that, being able to be creative and make my art. I'm also working on a big project right now where I'm writing a lot, and thank you for being patient with me while I rescheduled. But I'm so happy. Oh my
goodness, absolutely. I mean, you're an artist. I always, for creatives, I'm like, whatever needs to happen will happen. Like, we'll work around it. Totally fine. But thank you so much.
Yes, it's a pleasure. Oh, and it's so nice that the world is opening up and we're starting to see
Oh,
fashion. That
yes.
Aria Gucci show yesterday was Balenciaga. It's
Oh,
funny because I was like, gosh, like Alessandro is so amazing and he's so creative. And, like I just need another big moment from this fashion house. And yesterday I just was like, what? Oh
we
my
were all
God.
dying, 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 dying. Wow. Every time, every time.
Yeah. I just can't wait for everybody to come out of hiding and start, reemerging with all of their new feathers and, their new style. I can't wait to see people and be around people again. And
Me
I miss
too.
it so much.
Well, do you think we'll be around people when your new book with DVF comes out? I mean, I'm just saying, in October.
Yes, absolutely. I think so. 100%, 100%.
I love
Um,
it.
I'm actually already seeing like some concerts and things like that being booked up for the fall. So, and I'm vaccinated, so I mean, I'm ready to. I'm definitely ready to get back out there. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, I'm getting mine tomorrow, so I'm super, super excited.
Oh, it's going to be wonderful, and it won't be as bad as everybody carries on about. It's easy, easy, easy. You're going to love it.
I love it. Well, I just have to tell you that you are like my glitter, like fairy godmother, because literally yesterday, I mean, I'm in the middle of a divorce. I have two toddlers, and it's just sort of like reimagining life and what it's like. And I remember just being so tired yesterday and calling my sister, and I said, you know what? I'm just going to run away and move to Montana. Totally
Oh,
randomly.
I did that. I did that.
I binge read your book literally after, and I said, "Oh my God, this is a sign. Like I'm supposed to do this interview because of your whole Montana situation," which I
Well,
love.
and I've had a divorce too, honey. New beginnings are a blessing, and it's okay when there's cycles of things. Nothing lasts forever, and the greatest thing is when you can be independent and believe in yourself and be your own best friend.
Mm.
And even when shit is going to hell in a handbasket, you can be your own cheerleader. So I hope that you can do that right now and know that you've got everything you need inside of you to get through whatever you're going through and be the unique, incredible human that you are. It's
your book was so inspirational. I mean, I was laughing out loud. Like it just completely turned my day around. So thank you for
I'm
that.
so glad.
And
I'm so glad.
there's also you did an interview on CBS a while back, and you say, and I quote, "It's all about the journey because instant gratification will only get you high, pregnant, or drunk."
And that because you know what? That is the truth. I may tell you, I may say, you know what? Tomorrow's Saturday. I want an apple pie. I want it so bad. Well, honey, if I go plant an apple seed today, I ain't going to be picking apples from that tree tomorrow. And I think in an age of social media, watching television sitcoms, the idea that everything could be resolved in 30 minutes or 2 hours, being able to Google anything and get answers immediately. We've really grown into this instant gratification state of mind. And I mean, even with me being a creative, like I get very impatient. I have an idea for a painting and I paint it. I paint it today. And I've found where the immediacy of that has made me very impatient with other things and other projects because that is the gratification. There's a high that goes along with that. Instant gratification will generally only get you pregnant, high, or drunk. And sometimes that could be a good thing, I guess.
You know what? Can we just get a book with all the isms from Ashley World? Like I feel like I need a coffee table book with all of those reminders in it all together because there's so many good ones. So good.
Lord, maybe in like 20 years, I'll do like a big sumo or something.
Yes.
And it'll have all of that. That's my goal. I just want to have a fucking sumo, you know?
I love it. I love it. Well, you know what? Let's start from the beginning, just for the listeners who may not be familiar with who you are. So where are you from and what inspired you to be an artist?
I'm originally from Montgomery, Alabama, which is a beautiful place in terms of like there's lakes and gorgeous trees, but it is ungodly conservative. And I was raised, to do your art, but make sure you go marry a rich man and, make sure you're skinny and make sure your house is pretty and, make sure the neighbors never have a reason to talk about you and always be a lady and don't disagree with anybody. Just bat your eyes and smile. And, I'm going to be honest with you. From the time I was, a year and a half old, I already knew that something was fucked up with all of that.
Yeah.
My spirit, I don't want to say that I'm rebellious, but I've just, I'm a wildflower.
You're self-actualized. You're self-actualized.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm just like a old soul or, I think being creative and being artistic, I'm very much in tune to like what feels right in my intuition, and that shit just never felt right to me.
Yeah.
So, I started this journey of finding myself, finding who I am. And I went to college in Montana, as you know, because you read the book. I went to boarding school outside of Atlanta.
And they loved you. And they loved you at boarding school. I love that. You're like, they love me.
And I love them too, damn it. I loved the independence. I loved being away from like my mother in Montgomery. I loved feeling like I was finally free to start to develop into being who I was meant to be, because I do believe that we are born with our spirits. We are born with our personalities. And of course, we always have room to grow and learn and change and morph into the person that we want to be. And that takes a lifetime.
Yeah.
But, being from Montgomery, I was able to be around, all these cool kids from like California and Oregon. And there were lots of people from the Asian community there. I had Japanese friends for the first time. And I was just like, wow, God, I'm so glad to be out of, Montgomery. And I started painting. And then I was like, God, I don't really want to go out and get shit-faced tonight. I'm going to sit in my dorm room and I want to paint. And I just got this unbelievable satisfaction of having a tangible form of my time. Mm-hmm. I've always been very anxious and I've always had lots of anxiety. And I think I've realized that more in the last year than I ever have. That I am anxious. I don't know what makes me anxious, but I use it to fuel me for productivity.
Yes.
And I feel like you could go two ways. If I am not productive with my art, my anxiety can really start to make me feel sad because I don't feel productive. And I feel like as humans, like we need to feel productive, like we need to have a thing that we do. And, so, when I found art, I just found something that brought me so much joy and bliss. And then I was like, okay, I'm broke as fuck.
Okay.
All right, now I found this thing that I fucking love. Mm-hmm. I'm in America.
Yeah.
This is going to be hard as shit, but I'm going to figure out how to fucking do this. I'm going to figure out how to make it. I'm going to have a career as a fucking artist. Girl, when I tell you, I heard no. As my father says, I got turned down more than a bed in a cheap motel. No. And I'm like, okay, fuck this. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
Paint. Be prolific. Reach out, send emails, find a tennis mom, find somebody to have a coffee shop, find somebody to have a little art show for me. Let me get myself out there. And, and so it begins.
But wait, you were not classically trained. Like, you are self-taught. No?
Self-taught. Yeah. Self-taught 100%.
Like, were you on YouTube? Were you, I mean, like, how did this work? Like, did you ask friends?
No, I think it's the same way when you decide, I'm going to try to make a loaf of bread. Let me find this recipe. And like the last time I tried to make a loaf of bread, I boiled the yeast. I literally made a 9-pound block of dough. It was like a brick.
Right,
I literally, it was horrible, but yet I could have made the most delicious bread, or I could have made something that made me go, ooh, shit, I'm really great at this. I want to make more bread. I want to make focaccia. Anyway, I found art, and I found this thing that, it's very meditative when you find something you love. I mean, you do these great podcasts. I mean, I'm sure that you really enjoy this. It's fun for you. It's interesting. It's, I think in life we have to find that thing that brings us joy. And this thing brought me joy. And I thought, okay, all right. But also I've got to pay my bills. I've got shit that I want to do. I want to see the world. How can I take this thing that brings me joy and start a fucking business? And when I tell you, I mean, I would get so excited at selling something for $70. I would be like, holy shit, I just fucking made $70. I literally get that excited now when I sell something to somebody that, I have to call her excellency or something. I have celebrated every little achievement, in the beginning, all the way from somebody answering an email. If I sent 15 emails and I got one response, I would be like, yes.
Yes.
And I think we really do have this decision of, can I tell you what happened today that is a shitstorm? Or can I tell you what happened today that was really fucking great?
Wow.
And, along this journey, I've just always tried to focus on the positive as much as possible. And, and, that little path led me to Judith Lever and Bergdorf Goodman and Gucci and Maybelline.
You're taking me to church, Ashley. I know you don't mean to, but you're taking me to church.
No,
today.
I do mean to, damn it. I do mean to.
You are giving me life.
Yesterday, I had a phone call. I always have these young artists that email me, and this guy he's in the 10th grade, and he wants to have a career in the arts. And I'm thinking, God, you're so organized and put together. When I was in the 10th grade, I was just trying to figure out what kind of jean skirt I wanted to wear to school. I had this conversation with him about the worst thing you could ever do is to give up on yourself in anything, whether, you're into fashion and you want to dress a certain way or present yourself in a certain way, or you're starting a company, or you want to be a mom or a wife or, a business person, whatever you want to be. You really have to be your own best cheerleader because, man, it's hard out there.
Yeah.
And, having that really positive inner monologue is really sometimes the umbrella you need to get through the fucking rainstorm. Because they never tell you how hard the shit is.
Nope. Nope.
They don't.
I yelled at my mom.
Prepare you.
I yelled at my mom. I was like, Mom, really? You didn't tell me how hard it was to be a working mom. And now I'm a single. This is hard. This is so hard. Nobody tells
Yeah, but you can do it. You can do it.
I'm tired.
You can do it. I know you can do it. Yeah. Yeah. It's
I
fucking
love it.
hard.
I
It's
love it.
fucking
But
hard.
you're so inspirational. And by the way, I need to get one of the necklaces that you have, get a replica made where it says, what is it? I would fuck me.
Yeah, that's right, girl. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I was like, I need to go get one of those like immediately.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You are gorgeous. You are hot. Today is the youngest you'll ever be. You're fucking brilliant. You're beautiful.
Aww.
You know, you're somebody's reason to masturbate. I just know it.
I cannot with you. I'm just trying to be like you, Ashley. Now, speaking of necklaces, it makes me think of your photo as a young person with LL Cool J.
Oh, God.
How in the world did you meet him? And also, what is it about hip hop that you love?
Okay, so my dad started a company. I have entrepreneurial genes. And he started this advertising company, and he actually did the advertising for the program for the American Music Awards that year. And so he got invited to American Music Awards and also to the after party. And he was like, I'm bringing my daughter with me.
Aww.
And, I was in the 7th grade, and oh my God, I had like a bow in my hair.
I love
boobs.
I love it.
No, girl, no boobs. And they're just, let me tell you, like, Corey Haim and Corey Feldman were there. I don't even know if you know who the fuck they are, but they were like, these like teen stars at the time. And I just remember Corey Haim was with this girl that had like boobs and this like black lace dress on. And I had on this little taffeta thing that like came down to my knees and these little flats and fucking pearls on. But that's okay, because I owned it. Because I was like, you know what? I'm going to stand here. And then like David Lee Roth walked in, Dick Clark was there, Jodie Watley. I mean, it was like Sheila E. Oh my God!
Wow.
And then in walks motherfucking LL Cool J.
Oh my God!
And I was like, holy shit! I was like, LL, I'm such a big fan. And it was right when like Going Back to Cali had come out, and I wasn't allowed to listen to the song, but I fucking loved it. And he was so nice. He like posed with me, and I was like, oh shit. God, out of the whole night, like he was my favorite person. God, girl, he smelled so good.
Oh my goodness.
And I have just always loved hip hop. I have always loved the freedom of expression, the poetry. I love the rebelliousness of of rock and how it broke free. I have just always loved it. I mean, it's like, if I tell you I like to eat spaghetti more than lasagna, why? I don't know why. I just do. It just thrills me. It thrills my soul. It makes me happy. It brings me joy.
I love it.
And God, LL.
My neck, my back. I know that's your jam. Like, honestly, it would be a dream for me to get down on the dance floor with you to that song, because I know you got to meet.
We will do it
for that. Okay. I love that song.
We will do that. We will absolutely. Have you ever seen that video of Giannis dancing to that?
I have not. I'm gonna look it up immediately after this interview.
He's this super famous dance instructor. He dances in heels. And he actually did a shoe presentation for Brian Atwood where he danced around in his whole new collection. He was on America's Got Talent. I'm going to tell you, I've got a lot of respect for a man that wants to walk around in heels. And especially when a man can do it better than a woman, respect.
Much better than me. I have flat feet. There's no way.
I'm going to be real with you. I'm literally painting right now while we talk, and I have fucking Crocs on.
Oh my God. There was a moment where I was like, oh, like, should I get the Crocs? Should I not? Should I? I was on the edge. How are you feeling about them so far? Is this your first pair?
Well, I'm out at my farm, and for example, it's been raining for 5 days. And so I need shoes I can slip on and off.
Yeah.
And they're actually not like brand name Crocs. They're like these things I got on Instagram that look like golf balls, and they're super like foamy because I can't paint barefooted all day because it fucking kills my hips and I'm on a hard floor. And, you know, a lot of times I wear tennis shoes, but I also like fucking love my tennis shoes and I don't want to get paint all over them. So yeah, I'm like, I'm living the Croc life.
I love your style. I love it. I'm like obsessed. I'm like, when I see the way you dress, I'm like, that's me. Like, I love it. Love it.
Wait till you see some of my looks I am pulling out when I reemerge. Michael Halpern in London has made me a couple of custom pieces that you're going to die for. Christian Siriano just made me these unbelievable art like statement pieces. I have 5 of them that you're going to die. I have a new Tomo leotard that you're going to judge. Yeah, because you know what? I'm just turning into a cartoon. I love fashion so much because we can really express on the outside how we feel on the fucking inside. And I'm excited and I'm playful and I want to have fun. I want to be around joyous people. I want to celebrate life, you know? And I just find so many of these incredible, outrageous pieces. I really feel more like myself in them.
I love it. I love it. Now, you know, I have to pull it back. You know, you tell this amazing story about how you were crying your eyes out at the Bowery because you had spent all this money on an art show and no one bought anything.
Nothing. I had no money.
You know, what would your advice be to aspiring artists who are, you know, having difficulties breaking into the galleries and sort of, you know, gaining the notoriety they're looking for? And then obviously the art world can be very elitist. Whether it's galleries, curators, like there's still an opportunity for more representation as a whole, I believe.
I mean, but this is also why it's so great. We could dwell on that, or we could say, you know what, fuck this shit. I'm going to start my own business. I'm going to use my social media. I'm going to put myself out there. She who toots her own horn controls the volume. I'm not going to wait for anybody to tell me, hey, you know, okay, now you're fucking good enough. Because all I did was get turned away. All I did was get told that I wasn't marketable. All I did was get told, no, you're not good enough. You don't have training. So I was like, fuck this. My advice is this: you work as hard as you can every day. You put yourself out there as much as you can. Start your own business. You don't need to wait for a gallerist or somebody else to tell you that you have talent. You are enough on your own. And thankfully, we have these platforms now that you could go out there and promote yourself. Now, that is not enough because you've got to, you know, figure out how to have some shows. Talk to your friends' moms. Can they host a little something for you? You know, there's lots of creativity when it comes to starting to market yourself and put yourself out there. But if you are crying, if you are upset, if you feel like you are failing, just know I have felt that way so many times. Sometimes I still feel that way. That's just a part. That's just a part of it. It's just a part of it, and it's okay. And your feelings are validated. But again, the most important thing is that you never give up on yourself. The worst day only has 24 hours in it. You fucking get yourself up that next morning. You give yourself a fucking pep talk, and you
come on, Ashley. Come on now.
You want. You go after what you want. You do.
Wow.
You know, after that Valerie thing, I could have said, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
This is too hard. But you know what? The worst thing you could ever do in your life is give up on yourself.
Wow.
And
Wow.
yes, do we need more diversity? Do we need more, all of those huge, important things that are representative of everyone's life experience and their individuality in the art world? Fuck yes, we do. Is there a huge elitist, bullshit in the art world? Of course there is. Don't wait for that.
Mm-hmm.
Start your own empire. Start your own thing.
Yes.
Start it one fucking brick at a time. They didn't build those fucking pyramids in Egypt in one day. We still don't even fucking know how they did it, but they did it one block at a time. So take each day and know that you have a fucking career, which is a lifetime. It's not a moment. It's not a week. It's not a fucking month. This is a lifetime, which may seem like forever, but it also goes by in a blink. So, pep talk yourself.
I love it.
You got this.
Or you guys could just replay this episode over and over. Totally up to you. God. Speaking of crying, I have to be a little shallow for a second. My 30th birthday, I was in Paris with my friend. It was her 50th birthday.
Wow, that sounds nice.
And it was, she treated me and she was like, come on, girl, we're going. And I was like, all right. And
wow.
So you have all of these, a lot of people make 30 like this big, like, oh, I'm going to be doing this, that, and the third. And I wasn't. And I had this moment of, she was like, let's see all the fashion. I was like, okay. So I found the foundation, de Louis Vuitton. And I was like, let's go. And so we went. And, great museum, lots of Basquiat, super cool. And they have this cafeteria there. And I remember as I was speaking to her, I just let everything, I'm a big crier. So I just let everything out over lunch. I was crying and I was midlife crisis. But then I looked around and I was like, you know what? This is a really chic place to cry. So I wanted to ask you, what is the chicest place you have ever cried where you're just having a moment and you're like, you know what? This is pretty cool.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, first of all, let me tell you about when I was 30. I lived in a shithole apartment that was $400 a month. Wow. And I was trying to figure out how to sell enough art to pay for that and to be able to have food and cocktails and shit, Mm-hmm. And in the meantime, I'm seeing all these other girls that are my own age that are in these big houses and driving Mercedes and buying shoes at fucking Neiman Marcus. Yeah. And I'm like, oh God. Well, and let me tell you, I didn't even buy my first house until I was 40 years old. I had nothing when I was 30 except for a dream and unbelievable ambition and work ethic. So, it ain't never too late.
That's right.
But that is a very chic place to have a meltdown, though.
This is chic, I mean, I still don't have a house, but I'm just everything happens when it's supposed to happen. And
it is, and trust me, having a house doesn't fucking define you. Just your health and your you finding joy in your life is the most important thing. Okay, I am also a big crier, girl. I am a crier. I can't even give speeches at weddings anymore because and I'm not talking about like cute sobby tears. I mean that kind of I can't even speak kind of crying. Yeah. Oh God, I've cried in India.
Oh my God,
at an Oberoi in Jaipur. I've cried at the George Cinq in Paris.
Ooh,
I've cried. I've cried in Bora Bora. A lot of times from beauty, but full. So I had this really, really dear friend. Oh my God, he was my brother, my twin brother, not really, but just my dear friend from childhood. And I know that we've been friends in other lives. We were just soul connected, and he passed away, and his little symbol to me is a ladybug. And I was at Versailles with Michael, my sweet pea, who I've been with for 14 years. And Patrick was very theatrical. He sang opera. all the shit in his house was like gilded. He was totally like from another time. Okay.
Wow.
And we went into the garden home at Versailles.
Oh,
and
I love it. Whew.
And I walk in there and I turned around and I turned around to Michael and I said, doesn't this just make you think of Pat Pat? And then we walked in the next room and girl, there were ladybugs everywhere.
Wow.
Everywhere. And I was in a group of people. And when I tell you, it was, I started sobbing so uncontrollably because I knew that like he was with me, which is very beautiful, but also like I miss him. I would hug him.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm about to cry right now. Anyway, I'm a crier. I'm a crier too.
As you're telling
I'm
me,
a crier too.
I feel just the love that you have for him, and just the way you describe. Like, I just feel that so much.
Yeah, I'm a crier too, but I think that's a good thing. It's a good thing to be able to like release, and it's a good thing to feel. A lot of people don't fucking feel, and they don't want to feel, and they, I want to feel it. I want to feel it. It
absolutely.
It also reminds you that like carpe fucking diem, man. Carpe fucking diem.
How about that? Seriously. Well, we talked about sort of, hitting these milestones or what people perceive to be milestones in their life, and things should just flow naturally. But I'm curious, over the course of your career, was there a moment as an artist where you felt like, oh my God, I've made it?
I don't think that you ever feel that.
Mm-hmm.
I think what you feel is joy. I think you feel, I think you've made it when you feel peace and joy. It isn't about like money or media or fame or any bullshit like that.
Yeah.
And we all have goals. And I think too, when you start to accomplish lots of things on your list, you realize, oh my God, this is amazing. This is incredible to be a working artist. Like I'm really grateful for that. I think I feel, I think the moments when I feel very calm and very present,
mm-hmm.
and very much like, my mind feels still, like after when you, I feel like a lot of times, our brains are like a snow globe when you shake them up. And we've got all these thoughts, and we want to do all these things, and there's all this shit going on, but like, I guess I feel most like I've made it when everything is just still, when it's just still, because shit is chaotic, man. We've got a lot of information coming at us, and life is hard, and taxes and bills, and there's a lot happening. So, but I don't think there's like a, oh my God, I've made it moment, because especially if that moment is about something related to fame or money specifically, because those two things, there is no cap on those two things. Yeah. You can never have enough of those two things. So it's a weird thing to chase. I think it's nice. Some of the very creative, successful people I've been able to build friendships with that are just fascinating and wonderful. I'm really grateful for that. That makes me really happy. I feel really happy that I'm at a point in my career where I can have mentors around me like that.
Yes. I have to ask, in your book, you mention a powerful word, ambitious. How would you define it? And what does the term mean to you?
I mean, look, you go out there and you give it everything you've got. And that doesn't mean stepping over people or being a fucking cunt. Yes, I just said the C word. It just means that you are just like that ultimate, go-getter version of yourself. Women are so much more likely to say, like, I'm sorry, You know, like, do you mind sending me this? I'm sorry to ask. Are you really sorry? Are you doing your job? Are you, trying to move ahead? Do you have goals? Are you trying to reach them? Do you have a job to do? Do you have things to check off on your list? Like, you ambitious girl, start that day, go after it, get it, that's what it means.
I love it. I love it. I could literally go on for hours about quotes in your book, and your books, I want more. And I'm so glad that you're writing, because so much of what you write is just so raw, authentic, and powerful. And I just appreciate you putting yourself out there that way and expressing yourself in that way, beyond just being a painter, and painting and sculpturing and doing all of these really cool things.
Well, guess what? You want to know something top secret?
Oh, yes, I do. Spill it.
Well, one of the things I've been writing is a cartoon that has already been picked up by a big network. And I'm just waiting for it to hit the trade magazines. Hopefully it's going to be out next week. The network is making the big announcement. But
I can't wait.
I have a cartoon, and it's a cartoon with a female lead, which is, there's not really one. There isn't one. And it's an adult cartoon. So
I love it.
Yeah. And then I've got an incredible book, a new Rizzoli coffee table book, all about powerful women, coming out this fall. I know you mentioned that before. So
yes,
there's lots of...
Go get it, pre-order it right now. We'll have a link in the show notes. Go buy it. I can't wait for it to come in. I told all my friends, we're ready. So
thank you so much. Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for all of your good energy. And, I'm proud of you, not to sound condescending, but I am proud of you because you're doing your thing. And I'm just so happy that you reached out to me.
Ashley, I can't let you go. Number one, I'm super excited about the cartoon because I haven't been this excited since Gem and the Hologram. So thank you. And number two, one thing we ask all of our guests is, what is their favorite fashion moment, or one of their favorite fashion moments of all time?
Oh my God. I think it would have to be Fall Fashion Week, Christian Siriano, and all of these models are lined up behind me. And I had all of my paintings in the middle of the runway, and Christian wanted me to paint live during the show. And wow. I didn't know I was going to be the first person to walk out, and it was at Gramercy Hall. Is that right? That beautiful rotunda. Oh my God! And the sound system. I guess they had put in this unbelievable sound system because Beyonce did a performance in there, so it was like the sound system in there is unbelievable. And oh my God, my heart has never beat that fast. I walked out. They were like, "Go the show," and I was like, "Oh my God!" I am walking out in front of all these bottles. And I picked up my paintbrush, and my hand was shaking. Like I could feel every blood vessel in my whole body. Oh my God! It was. And then at the end, Christian came and grabbed me and reined me up into the front. And I'm like, "Are you shitting me right now? Is this really?" Again, I'm a self-taught artist from fucking Montgomery, Alabama, that had a million people tell me, "You have no talent, you're not marketable, you'll never make it." And just, don't ever listen to anybody that tells you something fucking negative. Try to be the best person you can be. Help people in your community when you can. Fucking go for your fucking dream. Don't wait for anybody's permission. And just, take life by the damn labia minora.
Yes. Yes. I'm ready. We're ready. Ashley, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Being with us. And thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
You're always welcome. Anytime. And we'll see you.
All right, my queen.
All right. Fabulous. Thanks so much for joining me for this week of A Fashion Moment. If you like what you hear, we'd love for you to join our community of listeners and spread the word about the show. We also want to hear from you. Share your favorite fashion moments and dream guests with us by sending an audio clip or email to afashionmomentpodcast@gmail.com. Or you can tag us on Instagram at @afashionmoment, and you could be featured on next week's episode. And don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review and let us know what you think. Until then, see you next time for another fashion moment. Podcast production by Rebecca Rashid and John Taylor Williams. Digital media production by Megan Porras.
This recording carries a Creative Commons 4.0 international license. Thanks to Patrick Patricios for their song, Hot Coffee.